Hi everyone. I'm actually just uploading a video as we speak called World Level Soul and Mind Theft. And I want to talk about how this all operates. Okay, it's serious. This is a world level warning. Okay. Everything that you know is a lie. The government is killing you. The hospitals are killing you. The telephone provider is also killing you. Your electricity is killing you. Your Wi-Fi is killing you. The petrol in your car is actually it's people's bodies. Yeah. The people who run this world hate you and are trying to kill you. They're farming you like animals. This is a world level event. World level event. All of the governments, the agencies, the associations, the fake wars, everything's about resetting, and it's all about calcifying your pineal gland, feeding you real people, putting people in the food chain, poisoning the air, poisoning the food, and poisoning the water, and making you work like a dog, and so that you don't even have enough money. And when you buy a house, you're not really buying a house. It's a mortgage. It's a mortuary deed, a deed of death, because we already own the land. We are free. We have the truth. If you're saved through the blood of Jesus, this is all a big lie. You need to wake up. You understand? Your telephone is not your friend. Your Wi-Fi is not your friend. Your electricity and your water and your gas is not your friend. This is all set up to control us through all the organized. Everything is owned by a select few world leaders. Fallen angels, all of them inverted. Males are females and females are males. All the actors and actresses, all the singers, opposite way around. Men are women and women are men. These are fallen angels. They reincarnate and they soul sculpt. They farm the children and they put them in deep underground military bases, which are like cities under the ground, all connected through the government buildings. There was a reset a couple of 100 years ago. In fact, less than 100 years, 150 years ago. And since then, they've created World War I and World War II to get rid of all the history, all of these buildings that they didn't build. They just repurposed them. You need to understand. What I'm telling you is the truth. Jesus is the only way. At the moment, they're trying to steal everybody's minds and souls. They've had control of your biometrics, your body, and your pineal through the food, the water, the electricity, and the gas from day one. All of it. Your television is a programming device. It is an interface and a magic mirror. Mirrors are magic mirrors. CERN, all of this, they're building all this because they want to steal your damn soul. You need to wake up. The government is not your friend. The kings, the world leaders, all of them are actors. This is a stage. These are professional actors. That's why they run Hollywood, because they are perfect examples of how to deceive everybody by getting all the male actors to be females and females to be male actors, and then snogging one another, kissing each other, falling in love, making out that this is real. You go along and think it's so romantic, and you might even fantasize about having a type of relationship like this, and you'll be sinning against God because you're fantasizing about transgenderism, weird sexual lusts, and following the beast system, which is what this is. Hollywood is a type of wood that they use to make the magic sticks for the witches. Witches speak the language of lies, and they are spelling mistakes. They are not real. The children of God are real. Real people, real children of God. Everything around you is a lie. So BT, for example, the telephone lines, your electricity, everything is controlled by a select few who control the money. They control all the supermarkets. That's why Sainsbury's is called Sainsbury's. It's burying the saints. Goodness gracious. A pharmacy is to farm. It's people harm I see. Doctors and nurses are omens. You are not following God's will. If you were, you would get the inheritance. So this is what the big lie is. We were sold into slavery to the Babylonians. And these are connected with the fallen angels who all landed on Mount Hermon. English is the language of Anglophone, which is angles. English is angles, which is fallen angels. United Kingdom is connected to United States because it is Satan untied. The Statue of Liberty is the devil. Satan, Apollyon, and Napoleon are the same guy. Okay, everything you've ever read in the history books is a lie. They just basically burnt all the books. Some big reset has happened. I don't even know if Jesus has been here for 1,000 years, okay? But this is all not making sense to what the Bible says, right? It does in some ways, but there are things not quite sitting right, okay? Now, when I know that on the mountain, when God gave us all the commandments and the laws in Leviticus, Moses stood there on one mountain, and the other people stood on the other mountain. And he spoke to them, and he gave them the laws, and he gave them the blessings and the curses that would befall them. If they followed God's laws, then they would be blessed. And if they didn't, then they would come under the curses. And the curses were that you would live in a foreign land. The people who are your enemies, the fallen angels, would rule over you and eat you and farm you, and that you would be a slave, never owning anything, farming the soil, but never owning, working, being a slave, eating your own young. You'd end up eating your own people. And this is exactly what has happened according to the Bible. Where we are in the Revelation and all of that, I don't know. Because nothing makes sense. Okay? I'm harassed, I am stalked, I am gassed, and I am poisoned. My phone has been cloned, and my identity has been stolen. My SIM card is cloned. People are hired to participate in the annihilation of my life where cars are vandalized. Everything about me is being taken over. I have home invasions every time I go out. My neighbors have got ladders leaning up against the wall to climb over the wall. As soon as I open a window, they have technology, magic mirrors. They do witchcraft. They sacrifice children. They use the demonic realm to perform their tasks for them. They have blankets that shield who they are and are invisible blankets. You can actually buy invisible blankets. I've seen it all. Every big company, every large consortium is part of this system to annihilate you. All of the clothing brands that you wear, like the designer brands, Gucci, Versace, all of them are the designers of the clothes for the reset when they killed all the people and they took all the children and put them in orphanages and sold them on orphan trains in the reset. when they flooded the earth with a mud flood. And they buried all the teach, no logic technology. And now we call it digital because we have to dig it up because they buried it. In England, we have roads called Belgrave Road. Every town has a Belgrave Road because they buried all the bells on Belgrave Road. The whole purpose of what they're doing is to kill you, to shorten your lifespan. Before, we had big trees, and the trees were so big, they produced oxygen that was so clean, we lived 1,000 years. Now, we've got no trees like this, we live 100 years. Because after the flood, we didn't have these trees, they were all cut down. Okay. Now, the little trees that we had, we live less time. But also, when you die, you become so ill. And the devil is dead, lived backwards. When you become so ill, you die. And the devil eats the so ill oil. So oil. Okay? It's the S oil. And it is the soil, which is so ill. Okay, it's all in the words. So that's how I know what I'm telling you is the truth. You must believe me. You must listen to me. I promise you, I have been gifted by the Lord with much understanding. Please listen to me. This is a war for your mind and for your soul. We are already free. We are already free. This belongs to us. If you do God's will, then it will belong to you. And God will have favor on us. We really need to come back to God. We need to open our pineal glands that they have concealed. They've congealed them by putting stuff in the water. And this blocks up your pineal, which connects you. And with this knowledge and ability, you will have the same power as God. Really, if you're a child of God. Really, you've got to believe me. It's all about knowing the truth and believing the truth. If you can't recognize the truth, then you don't speak the language of God and you're in the darkness. And if you're in the darkness, how deep is the darkness? You cannot see in the darkness. It's honestly, the way I look at the world now, it's like everybody speaks the language of the devil. Lies. Yeah. By them doing all the movies with the men being women and women being men and all the pop stars being inverted, and the world leaders are all fallen angels. And the fact that everybody believes a lie is an example of how far we have come from God. God is now waking us up. Okay. But these guys are using the technology of CERN, magic mirrors, electricity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all of this, including all the doctors, the nurses, the BT, British Telecom, and I'm talking for England, but this is a world level event, that they can wipe your mind, take your consciousness and your soul through the new technology to communicate, because they've taken the exchange away. The television is a portal and a magic mirror. You must throw away all your TVs if you want to live. If you want your soul and your mind to stay intact. Throw away all old mirrors and break them. Get rid of all your TVs. Throw them outside. Get rid of all your technology TVs. And you may have to get rid of your phone. You certainly cannot take your phone out with a SIM card inside it to locate you, because this can triangulate the lights and the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi to wipe your mind and reinstall, just like a computer burns a CD or a disk or an image to reinstall its software. They are doing this through laser lights to your minds. This is a body snatch and a mind theft and a soul theft. This is happening to good people and bad people. The sun shines for good people and bad people, whether you believe in God or not. This is happening to everyone. when they take over a little area, they move in with the lights, and then they move in with the water, and they plumb and they transfer and they dig up all sorts of things and put stuff in the drains, in the washing machines, in the fridges. And I can tell you that this is all through the tunnels, where there's military bases under every government building. All the governments, everything is corrupt. You've got to understand that this is put in place to deceive you, because it has the appearance of goodness, but it is not good, because they are poisoning you. They've taken all the nourishment out of the food. They've taken everything from us, our land, our livelihoods. They even take our children from us. Please listen to me. Now when the children watch TV, it's all about witches. How to be a witch. Now they're selling Ouija boards on TikTok. Come on. And they use all of the apps. All the apps you've got on your phone. TikTok, Telegram, especially WhatsApp. If I want to upload a video, I have to uninstall WhatsApp. You know why? Because they're using WhatsApp web through the phone as a form of transfer of data for the image that they've installed on my phone, which is called a brain interface, and I have seen it. All right? And I can tell you that on an iPhone, they've got a section for images, and from there they can control the whole dynamics of the phone and reset the phone, the operating system. They feed all the data through the DNS, the subnet, the 192.168. Each app has a proxy. They're feeding it all through this. They're up and downloading images to rewrite your software for your brain. You need to listen, because this is happening. You need to get yourself a radiation hat, or get some magnets in your house so that this stuff cannot home in on you. Okay? I mean it. Turn off your power. Mainly this is happening to targeted individuals, but I can tell you that I've spoken to people who are not targeted individuals, and they get the ringing in their ears, and they get headaches, and some people have even nearly gone blind in their eyes. And this is because of what they're doing. Being overweight, backache, neck ache, anything, schizophrenia, all of this, all of it's lies. There's no sickness. So ill. So when you die, the first thing that happens is you decompose and you get worms. So you shouldn't get worms when you're alive. Maybe a few, but not many. But what they've done is they've packed everything full of parasitic things. They're spraying us with parasites. They've poisoned the food. They've poisoned the soil. They're killing the trees. The 5G is to kill. It's a kill. Kill switch. Wirelessly to wipe your mind and to kill you. You need to know. It's a weapon. BT and all of the telephone providers are all in on this big secret. Every telephone provider is part of it. That's why they don't regulate anything. You need to know this. Why do they want blood from you, from the hospitals? Because they eat and drink your blood? Are there any new graveyards where you live? No, but that's because they're farming us. And we're putting people back in the food chain. Petrol, diesel, anything for cars, the oils, all made from people. You need to wake up. I'm tired of being alone in this knowledge, so I'm trying to tell everybody. Now, if you've got this knowledge, then you'll be hunted like me, hacked, stalked, terrorized, tortured, butchered, hacked, have your whole identity stolen, your phone will be cloned, and your SIM card will be cloned, and you'll have little druggy people buying and selling adrenochrome. Your next door neighbors will have renovations so that they can change all your water supply and put nano in your water, because they want to infest you with worms and parasites, which aren't normal worms and parasites. These are nano worms and parasites. Okay? Why? Because they want your body to think it's dying. Your body will disassociate and not be able to communicate with its soul. It won't be in harmony with the earth, and you'll become unwell. All right? Why do you think where the water is that you get it from a well? Because it's all about the living water. It's all about Moses striking the rock, the cornerstone that the people rejected. Now we need to come back to this cornerstone to get the living water. We need to strike this rock. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope people are awake. Please share my content. I am shadow banned everywhere. But this is a world level event. Every supermarket is named what? It's named because they are killing and eating people. Wake up. Yeah. Liberty is not freedom. It's permission to walk on the soil. Okay? Wake up. And a library is, again, part of liberty. But it's also a retelling of the story. History is his story. Together is together. All gospel is gospel. Bible is B-I, B God, because God is L. The S is what the female is, and the T is God, what he writes with the T. Okay. And that's why you get the cross with an S on top, which is the snake, because it also represents what Moses had, and he held a snake up, didn't he? And he said, you'll be cursed and become unwell, but if you come to this, then, you'll be saved. God is the penis, pen is, and the woman is the sheet of paper, sheath. And together we have a think and an ink, and it is written. And so you have the power to manifest your own reality. So we have to pray to our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Learn that prayer. Pray to God and start thinking and writing in ink your prayers for not just yourself, but for all of us who are in slavery and being farmed like animals. People's consciousnesses and their minds and souls have been stolen already. If they are in sin, they are in the darkness, and they don't recognize the language of God, which is the truth, so they cannot understand that these things are a lie. Something seems to trigger the wake up with some people, so please share my content, because I need to try and wake the rest up, okay, to what's really going on in the world, okay? You've got to understand that it is all about knowing the truth, and the truth will set us free. So please share, because we've got to unify. Together we can conquer this, but I can't do it on my own. And I'm stuck here. I'm under full-time attack, absolute full-time. My house has become like an army barracks, where I've got neighbors with ladders right next to my house, and it gets invaded if I go out. They poison the water, the food. I'm being gassed. My phone has been cloned. My SIM card the same. All my communications are intercepted. Everything I do is tampered with. When I try and post a video onto YouTube, it wants to post it to private. Why would I post a video to private? Because these people are in everything. They run YouTube. They run TikTok. They run Facebook. They run all of the platforms that we are using to try and reach each other. and they control you through those apps because they use them for data transfer for the images of the brain interface that I found on my phone. Okay? I've seen the back end of this code, and it's not nice. Okay? You can write a disk on a computer, and you can write onto someone's mind with these lights and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. If people have their injections, they've got a Bluetooth address, an IP address, and they have been rewritten. Their image can and will be rewritten. If you eat and breathe this nano enough, you can also be rewritten. If you're not in Christ, you need to understand that this is a soul harvesting, farming exercise that is being conducted at a world level. And people are hired to participate in it for free holidays, vouchers, gift cards, extensions, because these guys are Hollywood set people. They can come in and make modifications to your house, and it like a Hollywood set. They've got everything done, and it looks like it was always there. New wiring looks like it's always been there. They have messed with time. They've got their CERN machine, and they've been abducting people with fake aliens, which are demons. You need to know this. You need to wake up. Okay, it's Ayesha from God FM. And if you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as God FM News, God FM New, God FM Radio, God FM Group, and God FM Media. You can email me admin@godfm.org.uk, and you can WhatsApp me +44 777 35 77788. If you make comments on anything, make 10 comments, because the comments are being deleted by the blood drinking psychopaths, right? Because it's blood drinkers that run these profiles, these platforms. Blood drinking child eaters. You don't make it in this world unless you're a blood drinking psychopath. And if you sell your soul for a voucher or a gift card to terrorize an innocent Christian and pretend that nothing's happening. Honestly, this world is so evil. It's like The Hills Have Eyes. It is. Or the Hostel movie, or the Saw movie, or a bit of Alien as well, mixed in, where you can actually guarantee that these people have got the technology to shapeshift in and out of our lives, through the mirrors, through the TV, and they can snatch your soul through TVs, through your phone, and through magic mirrors. So you need to disconnect everything every day when you've stopped using it. I mean, when you go to sleep, otherwise they'll take over everything. And they'll be taking and downloading and uploading your mind with new set of protocols through the images they've embedded in the damn effing apps. All right. And I don't know how long I'll be here. I'm under full-time attack. Every day I'm in recovery mode after not being able to sleep all night, being tortured, resetting my electrics, putting magnets everywhere, disconnecting, reconnecting, resetting passwords. These people are in everything. And it's physical harassment as well. It's full-time, never-ending. I wish I was never born. I don't know how long I'll be here. I don't know how long I'll have a phone, a telephone number, an email address, or a website. Because everything is being stripped from me. There's only so much one person can do. And every person who has ever been in my life has tried to destroy me. So I'm trying to find my brothers and sisters. All right then, it's Ayesha from God FM. Have a great day. Take care.